with just days to go before early registration. At the 2019 Game Developers Conference ends Wednesday, January 13th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. Conference organizers encourage anyone interested in attending to register now at a discounted rate. This is a good opportunity to save a bit of money on your Plus 2 GD, which will once again play host to a smorgasbord of cutting-edge lectures, panels, and tutorials for game makers and other industry professionals. For example, in a special design track on REINVENTINGGOD award, game industry veteran and Art of War creative director Cory Barlog will explain the long, complicated, and painful process whereby Sony Santa Monica successfully launched a fresh take on an established franchise, after a seemingly endless climb up an impossibly enormous mountain, filled with countless gut-wrenching failures and joyfully sweet successes. Barlog will take the stage at GD next year to share what has learned from the experience of REINVENTINGGOD award, as well as practical takeaways you can apply to your own work. Do not miss it. Plus, enhanced Chief Fund Game Industry veteran Tatsuya Mizuguchi will be at GD this year, helping lead a really exciting design track on making Tetris Effect that you will not want to skip. Alongside fellow producer Mark McDonald and Tetris Effect director Takashi Ishihara, Mizuguchi will walk you through the game's production journey, an exciting story of creating a new version of unestablished franchise that will leave you with practical lessons applicable to almost all aspects of general game production, from PREVISUALYZATI and through launch. This is your chance to pick inside the design of one of the best takes on Tetris. Well, Tetris, every year GD plays host to a bunch of insightful post-mortems of classic games, and this year is no exception. We have actually got 4 classic game post-mortems planned for GD 2019, spanning vintage hits and the Sega Saturn, the PC, and arcades. There's also a endless array of talks aimed at showcasing the nitty-gritty technical details which make modern games shine. Notably, in February timely GD 2019 talk on Rocket Man, Creating Flight, and Underwater Movement for Anthem, BioWare senior animator David Hone, and senior game designer Daniel Noldland will reveal the process they use to create some of the more exotic traversal abilities players have at their disposal in Anthem, Flight and Swim. Starting with the character physics, they will look at what methods that were employed to get that movement looking and feeling great. They will also find you how BioWare authored animations to match with the character physics in the best way possible. Together, the pair will also discuss what type of dialogue between animation and design enabled BioWare to achieve a successful end result, and they will provide plenty of examples in the form of videos from development to help illustrate their workflow and hopefully help you improve yours. If you are more interested in RVR, there's lots to check out at GD this year. Most notably, in his GD 2019 VLC game, they attract Ocon, Creating, Drive, Grotbots Invaders, for Magic League 1, lead game designer James Everett will walk you through the process. While game devs are more familiar than most with the challenges of building things for platforms that do not quite exist yet, Everett's talk is especially exciting because the Grotbots Invaders is one of the world's first long-form, mixed reality action games, and it was created by a brand new team on an in-development platform, incubated within the walls of an Academy Award-winning physical props company. In this talk, Everett will discuss how the Wit Game Shop team, part of a collaboration between Magic Leap and the Wit Workshop, delivered on their mandate to build an attention-grabbing mile, providing feedback on the ever-evolving hardware and software that became the Magic Leap 1 Creator Edition. And do not overlook all the great opportunities to get a glimpse of how the industry's big players are finding success in their lanes. Notably, Supercells and T-Sumo will be presenting, designing tasty cards 3 times over. The case of Brawl Stars, that's all about how the mobile game giant conceived of and optimized its no-hit game Brawl Stars. After the game soft launched in 2017, its metrics were not hitting the team's ambitious goals. What followed was a more than 1-year-long beta, where the team tried to decide between 2 control modules, but ended up with a third, and redesigned the progression system twice. Both fundamental core aspects of the game. After all that time thinking about testing options, this session will present you with the different controls and progression solutions, and based on metrics argue that they were all good designs and any one of the 6 iterations of core elements could have worked. This is just a small taste of what's in store at GDC this year, and more talks are being announced every week. Of course, a GDC 2019 pass also get success to the GDC Expo FA, located within the Moscone Convention Center in San Francisco, which serves as a showcase for cutting-edge technology from some of the industry's biggest and most influential companies. So make sure to register now at a discounted rate. For more details on this and all of the announced talks, head over to THEONLINEGDC 2019 session scheduler, where you can check out all the sessions on offer at the show this year. Bring your team to GDC, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, OS. Gamasutra and GDC are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. I have always been interested in telling stories about connection to land, to a person, to a thing, even to a point in time, says Katie Stacks of a Flashbox Collective, a group promoting the exploration of intimacy, love, and sex in games. Exploring connection is the focus of so many areas of creativity, especially film, art, and music, but much less so video games. Why is that? I ask myself. Games possess a unique power to place the player into a different headspace, having them become the role of another for a time. There is a special power to empathize in this, tasking the player with feeling what that other person is going through as they go through their actions and live out their lives. Like a form of acting, the player becomes this other avatar, and exists as them for a time, and in this action, they are brought into intimate connection with the thoughts and feelings that come from living this life. This unique ability to live and empathize with, more so than books or movies, or other forms of passive media, can make the player truly feel what the characters are going through. Steps work with the Flashbox Collective, as well as their annual Heartbeat Symposium 3-day event, where they seek to bring developers together for days of game jams and speakers from various disciplines, working in love and intimacy looks to capture and explore that connection. I think there is something powerful about the perspective, opportunities you have in video games. Says Steps. You can play with how inside the character a player is, give them agency and put them in the shoes of someone different from themselves. There is so much opportunity to capture the nuance, silliness, fun, excitement, and heartbreak through games. And I want to explore how more games could contain those moments. Games, through their ability to connect a person to another life, they have been underutilized for years in placing players in more realistic, emotional experiences. But that has begun to change. Still, why explore these kinds of connections? Because how long, it's fun, status, sex, romance, love, these are universal desires for everyone. Games can also allow us to play, observe and process some pretty complicated issues, or partake in light-hearted fantasy for fun.